Hey everybody, it's Mr. Rhodey again. Excited that you're back at it here on April 23rd for our next distance learning day. We're looking at activity 32 in your Unit 6 textbook on trade. This is probably the most important activity we'll do during distance learning. So take your time, use advantage of the office hours for drop-in help, and we'll get it figured out. So looking at angles and radians on the unit circle, sine, cosine, and tangent ratios of those. You got a short intro to that with the James Tanton video, and we'll go for it. I'm having a lot of fun with Bitmoji, coming up with different surprising things for you each Broncos day. So hopefully you're enjoying those as well, and we'll get right to it. Okay, our learning goals, as we saw on Tuesday, were about understanding radian measure. Those are in red on the right-hand side, calculating arc length and converting between radians and degrees. So now that we want to get better at converting between radians and degrees, understanding where these pictures are, you did a good job with the matching of the card sorts on Tuesday. We're going to try and draw these angles, come up with more than one name for these angles, find the sine, cosine, and tangent of these angles. So there's some connection back to the geometry you've done in the past, but also maybe some easier ways to look at this. And eventually you'll do them so much you might get them even memorized. But again, practice, practice, practice will really be what it comes down to. Here's a reminder of where our word wall is now, so you can pause and get caught up on your word wall if you're keeping track. These common angles over here are going to be really, really key as we start to think about, okay, what can we name other angles, right? So if I have pi over 6, what's 5 pi over 6? Well, that's 5 30 degrees. That's 150 degrees. So that'll be really helpful. Or if we start talking about negative angles, how far do they go? That's going to be really critical. So we'll bring back the word wall again at the end with anything new that we add into there. Okay, you can find this on page 487 of your Unit 6 book notes. We're going to explore angles drawn on the coordinate plane in what we call standard position. The other learning goal about sine and cosine, we're going to keep that in the video too. So just to orient yourself, we're looking at this coordinate plane over here. And we're going to talk about standard position, meaning the initial side is always going to start to the right, kind of like we saw in the James Tanton video, and the angles are going to rotate counterclockwise or to the left as our normal idea here. So the terminal side being where that ends there. So if we're labeling those, this is the ending point and this is the starting point for any angles. So we're just going to practice drawing these. You can see in their examples that they have 120 degrees, so it's going to go beyond 90 here. So 90 plus 30 more, so getting used to that. So we're looking at the terminal side here. But now we're also going to introduce the idea of a negative angle, where we're going to rotate the other direction. I believe James Tanton mentioned this briefly last week. So 200 degrees, 180 gets me halfway around the circle, and then 20 degrees more above that spot. So being able to draw those angles in. So negative would be rotating this way, positive rotating counterclockwise is positive, clockwise actually is negative. So kind of an interesting quirk. Okay, here on the next page, page 488, you'll notice they'll do an example in radians. So where's 9 pi over 4? So positive, so I'm going to rotate counterclockwise. 9 pi over 4, well, that's kind of like 8 pi over 4 plus one more pi over 4 if we really think about it. 8 pi over 4, which is 2 pi, plus one more pi over 4. So it's all the way around the circle, plus another 45 degrees, right? Those are one of our common angles. So right here in the middle between 0 and 90, I go all the way around, and there is my 9 pi over 4. So we can go beyond 360 here. And then, so that, along with the negative angles, is kind of the new ideas. I have the try these A through C down here for to draw those angles. I'd like you to go ahead and try that yourself. And then you can pause, and then I'll reveal the answers here as well. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you're checking your answers on the try these A through C. As you can see here, 290 degrees, I went 270 degrees, 90, 90, 90, 270, and then 20 degrees more here. It would also be 70 degrees short of the x-axis, or 70 degrees short of a full 360. I noted as well that I fell in quadrant 4. Knowing those is going to be important later on. Negative 495. So now I'm rotating the opposite direction, a full 360. So I split this up into a full 360 and then another 135 degrees, so that's negative 90, and another negative 45. I'm going to be 45 degrees short of the x-axis here again. That'll come up later. And I'm in quadrant 3. 5 pi over 6, so that's 5. Pi over 6 is for my common angles. I know pi over 6 is 30, so it's 5 and 30 degrees, so it's 150 degrees. So this is what 5 pi over 6 looks like. It is going to be 1 pi over 6 short here, or also 30 degrees short of the x-axis here in quadrant 2. So again, being able to think flexibly through these things, the idea of supplementary angles, how much more do I have left to get there, or complementary angles, how much do I have left to get there, is going to be really critical going forward. So as you see, since we can rotate multiple times around, we're going to call these different rotations that end at the same point coterminal angles. So up above, we saw that 9 pi over 4 was one rotation plus another pi over 4, and it ended in the same place as what pi over 4 did. So if they share the same ending, they're coterminal. They're not the same angle, but they're going to have a lot of things in common, like sines and cosines and tangents and things like that. So how can we find, just big picture, how can we find coterminal angles, whether it's in degrees or radians? Well, we are going to add or subtract full rotations. Because again, if it's a full rotation, it ends in the same spot. So that means I can add or subtract 2 pi if it's in radians, or add or subtract 360 degrees if it's in degrees. So that's going to help us move back and forth, and we'll try some examples on the next page. Okay, so where are these coterminal angles? They're asking us to find a positive and negative coterminal angle with 225. So I'm going to add 360 to find one and subtract 360 to find one. Pretty straightforward with degrees. Radians, a little bit tougher because of the fractions, but I know you can do them. So again, we're going to add or subtract 2 pi. If I had to add a little bit more work here, 2 pi, remember, is 6 pi over 3. So that's where that 7 pi over 3 comes from. And again, 1 pi over 3 minus 6 pi over 3. 1 minus 1 pi minus 6 pi over 3 becomes negative 5 pi over 3. So sometimes think of those fractions separately from the pi, and then they're a little bit easier to combine. So you've got try these D right here. I'm going to recommend that you pause, give all of these a try by adding or subtracting 360 from either one, and then or 2 pi, and then check your answers. Okay, you should be able to check your work here. I think all of the degree ones are pretty straightforward, so let's talk about the radian one. Again, what other angle would end at the same place as 2 pi over 5? It's actually in quadrant 1 because it's just short of half pi. So I'd have to add a full rotation, add a 2 pi, which is 10 pi over 5. And so I went 10 plus 2, 12 pi over 5. And if I'm subtracting that 10 pi over 5, 2 minus 10, negative 8 pi over 5. Okay, and so now for the final important part of video 1, we're going to focus on what's something called the reference angle. Okay, now this angle, we're going to call it alpha. So before we saw James Tanton talk about theta, this Greek symbol. It's got a circle with a line through it. Just means theta. We use that to be the variable for an angle. So instead of x, we use the Greek letter theta. So it's kind of nice. And then alpha will be this reference angle. This reference angle is going to be helpful for building those triangles like we saw in James Tanton's video last week. So depending on where our angle lands, quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4, the reference angle, this alpha, is going to be the angle back to the x-axis. So here, in quadrant 1, it lines up. In quadrant 2, it's over here. So what's the portion that would make 180? It's that alpha. So it's kind of supplementary. And they give you these formulas down here, but I never memorize these. I think these are not the best way. It's more about using your reasoning skills. How much is left to 180? How much is left to pi? Over here in quadrant 3, I'm over pi or over 180. So how much, how much over 180? How much over pi am I? And again, over in quadrant 4, it's all about how much with this alpha, how much am I short of 360? How much am I short of 2 pi or that full rotation? So we're going to work a couple examples like this to practice finding those reference angles. Okay, so you can see for these examples, I've taken out the book's work because I want to talk you through how I would approach this. To hopefully make it easier. This comes back to the drawing of the angles that we just talked about. So for 245 degrees, I know it's bigger than 180. So I'm going to rotate again counterclockwise because it's positive. Bigger than 180. How much? 65 degrees bigger. So it's something like that. So I'm 65 degrees bigger than 180 when you really think about it. So that 65 degrees winds up being my reference angle, my alpha. Okay. Down for 3 pi over 4. A little bit tougher to think about things in radians, but I already know that this is 3 pi over 4. It's 345 degrees. So 3 pi over 4 is 345 degrees. It's 135. It's 1 pi over 4 short. 1 pi, so this would be pi all the way to 180. So this is 1 pi over 4 short for the 180. So my reference angle is pi over 4 radians. Okay, a little bit tougher, but you still got it. And then finally for 435 degrees, I'm going to go beyond 360, right? So this is 360 plus another 40 plus another plus 75. So 360 plus another 75 winds up there. So that means it's 360 plus another 75 degrees. So again, going back to the x-axis, my reference angle is 75 degrees. It's always this angle, this reference angle, back to the x-axis. Okay, I'm not going to the y-axis, I'm always going to the x-axis for that reference angle. It's going to help us draw in triangles in the future and really, really good stuff. Okay, so on page 491, you'll find 6 try these problems for the reference angle. I want you to go to pause here, try these, and then I'll reveal the answers here in just a moment. Go ahead and hit pause and try them yourself. Okay, you can hit pause again to check your answers. Just real quick here again, 35 degrees short of the x-axis, 25 degrees short of the x-axis here. 10 pi over 3 is interesting. It goes around once, and then 4 pi over 3 is actually over pi, so I go 4 pi's over 3, so I got a whole pi, and then 1 pi over 3 more, so I went pi over 3 over the x-axis. So again, what am I short or over on the x-axis is that reference angle. So alpha winds being 1 pi over 3 over that. And then for the other ones, 4 pi over 9 is in the first quadrant, because again, 90 degrees is pi over 2. Pi over 2 would be 4.5 over 9, so I'm just short of that. So 4 pi over 9 is the reference angle, is the angle. For 7 pi over 6, I'm just over pi. So how much over pi? Pi 1/6. 7/6, so I'm 1/6 over. So pi over 6 is my reference angle there. And for 820, 360 plus 360 plus 100, 2 full rotations plus another 100 degrees, leaving me with 80 degrees short of 180 because I'm 100, so 80 degrees short. So 80 degrees short of that x-axis there. So alpha is 80 degrees. Notice those reference angles are all about being under 90 degrees. So they're inside triangles that are going to be very, very nice and convenient for us. If you remember back in geometry when you did trig, a lot of our angle work was the stuff under 90 degrees. We did a little bit of over, but most of it was under 90 degrees. So this wraps up video 1. We're going to look at the word wall real quick with a couple important ideas, and then you can pick it up with video 2. Okay, so back to our word wall. If I had to summarize kind of the takeaway from video 1, we had in these ideas of angles being on the coordinate plane with an initial side and eternal side. We use the Greek symbol theta to be the name of an angle. We learned that negative angles are going to rotate down and around, so the clockwise actually, while regular positive angles went counterclockwise like we learned before. And we talked about this idea of a reference angle. We use the Greek letter alpha for the reference angle, and it's the angle measure from the terminal side down to the x-axis or back to the x-axis. It's always between 0 and 90 or 0 and pi over 2. So how much over or under are you from that x-axis? Thanks so much for tuning in. Video 2 will be up shortly.